Hey, this is Sasha. Thanks for joining me in today's video. And what I want to share with you today is how to become financially free. So if you're brand new, you're a beginner, maybe you're just getting started in getting out of your job, you're not interested in doing your job anymore, you're just tired of the rat race, and you want to become financially free, independent, and get away from all that, stay tuned. I'm going to share with you some mindsets to get you out of the hole, take a step back, and look at the bigger picture. We're going to cover that in this video right now. All right, so I know a lot of people are, making income because they have a job, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. We all have to start somewhere, and in order to make our world go round, we need people to continue to go and show up to work. But with that being said, sometimes it gets you in a bubble and in a zone and you can't get out of it. So I want to just open up your mind a little bit in this video to get you to understand what other income sources and potentials and possibilities you should really look at and understand. So that way you could go ahead and continue to, make more money either from your money or from other things that you're doing, and continue to ramp up your personal finances. And that way you're not stuck. That way you're not in a jam or really tight and worrying about money. So before we get started, I do want to let you know we do have some great resources on our website at MyLittleNestEgg.com. Just go to the freebies section. There's some great things you could download to get yourself started. Local money making strategies, mindsets of the rich, passive income things here to come as well. So, all right, to kick things off, let's go kind of on paper, and I want to share with you kind of the money quadrant or kind of income sources. So a lot of people, what they do when they're starting out, or just most people in general, is they go ahead and have earned income. And when we look at earned income, think of this as kind of a job. You work for someone else. So you go ahead and trade usually time for money. And again, it's not necessarily a bad thing when you're getting started, but eventually it's going to catch up to you, because what happens is when you don't have time, when you're sick, sometimes you get into a jam or a problem, right? Now, earned income is not bad if you can convert that earned income from, let's say you're a video editor, and now you've converted from being a video editor to now having a business, and now you have other people that do the video editing. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because now you're not just necessarily doing things from earned income on an hourly basis. You're actually leveraging your employees, your team, and so forth. So this is one type of income, but again, it just kind of keeps you linear and steady. Inherited income is also another type of form of income that a lot of people get. Maybe you get it in month-to-month basis. Maybe you've got one big payout, but nevertheless, it's kind of going to be either a flat line where you've got one big payout, or maybe it's something like this where you're getting the payout for X amount of years. Nevertheless, it's not stable. It's not necessarily something that you can always rely on and count on. Sometimes somebody's paying you based on living with them. Maybe it's kind of even from your spouse, and they lose their job, or alimonies, child care payments, those kinds of things. Those things are not always as reliable as you may think. So what are the things that really make you financially free? And that is these two things, and that is passive income and investment income. And passive income is really when you're making money while you sleep. So if you're sleeping, you have systems in place that are making you money. You don't really even have to think about it. So take, for example, writing an ebook, and I have tons of ebooks that I've written, or maybe a digital course. Then what happens is people go ahead and look to buy your ebook. It could be on Amazon. They buy that book, and then Amazon goes ahead and gives you money. Same thing with your course. If you've got a website, people buy things from your website, you go ahead, you give them access, and now you've made some money. So this is kind of a passive form of income. You could also look at things like membership websites that people do. This is somewhat passive, but there's maintenance and upkeep with that as well. So just understand that passive income isn't fully passive. There's always some kind of maintenance. Sometimes people want refunds. Sometimes the course isn't working. People have technical trouble, password resets, that kind of thing. But in general, it's fairly passive because you don't have to do too much to collect the money. And then the final point where you can really ramp things up to become financially free is investment income. And this is where you have money that goes to work for you, and you make more money from your money. So think of this as kind of investment income. So just like you go ahead and buy stock or bonds, well, all of a sudden, how come when you go ahead and you buy a stock with your money, and then all of a sudden you go ahead and you invested $1,000 into the stock, and now that money is worth $1,680, okay? Or maybe you've invested in a business of some sort. Maybe you've bought cases, like phone cases, for $2 each, and you bought like 1,000 of them, and now you're able to sell them for $9 each. Well, you've made an investment, and now you're able to go ahead and capitalize on that. But nevertheless, investment income is usually very passive and pretty good, unless you're doing something like selling phone cases that you've purchased and invested in a business. But things like stocks, bonds, those kinds of things, you can really make a killing with your money. So ultimately, your money is going to work and making you more money without you really doing a lot of the work. Now, if you're a more active investor, something that we do with some of the other sites that I have, such as tradersfly.com, this is where we really ramp things up and work with individual investors to learn how to trade actively and manage money actively. And that's really going beyond the scope of just basic investing. So check that out as well. And I also have a YouTube channel for this, where we really go in much more detail when it comes to investing. So you can go ahead, check this video out, or this channel here at search for tradersfly.com, and you'll see it here come up, and don't forget to hit subscribe. So anyways, if you're looking to become financially free, really hone in, focus on passive income and investment income. Initially, you'll probably start with earned income, and then you might get into passive and then investment income. But that's really where you become much more financially free, and you allow money to do the work for you. So anyways, thank you so much for joining me. I hope this opens your eyes and mindset a little bit more to start thinking about, hey, how do I start putting these things in place? And that's really way beyond the scope of this initial video. My goal was just to give you some thoughts, little tidbits to get you start thinking about, hey, different forms of income and where income can come from. And then what is it that now you can do to go ahead and make some more passive income, or go ahead and make money from investment income. And that really will start to ramp things up in your personal financial life as you continue to move forward. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Remember to hit subscribe by clicking the face icon here, or join our newsletter list by going right over here so you get notified as we release other great PDFs, cheat sheets, checklists, guides, and even live webinars. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you next time.